I will pamper you,
Yeah.
but I will also maybe throw some acid on your face. I know, it sounds like a torture chamber. My table actually fell apart when a client was on it. I can hypnotize them and like connect with their inner child.
How come I'm the only one taking it down? All right. Well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. As always, this is a show about, it's about missteps, it's about failure, but more than that, it's about the grit, the determination, the tenacity, basically the chutzpah to like take off on your own and do something amazing. On tonight's show, we have a master esthetician, a spiritual hypnotist, and a radio talk show host, and that's all just one person. It's going to be really, really exciting. I hope I figure out about my parallel lives in the universe, but before we do that, let's turn it over to Mr. Jack Sanders, our resident mixologist. Jack, what are you making for us tonight?
Thank you very much, Sean. I have a lovely drink tonight called the Rise and Bloom Cocktail. It has tequila, reposado, hibiscus infused from Centenario. We have Lillet Rosé Aperitivo wine as well as Pamphlet de Vin Aperitivo wine. South African Brut Rosé Champagne with pink coconut water, lime bitters, and wild cherry blossom honey.
Everybody, welcome to the show. Tonight's guest is Sakura. She is a master esthetician. She's a spiritual hypnotherapist, and she is a radio talk show host. Sakura, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this is going to be great. Before we do that, let's have a drink.
All
We
right.
got beautiful drinks here with like frozen grapes, and it's sticky and
Fancy.
All right, what do we toast to? Any ideas?
To
Spiritual hypnotherapy.
Yes,
Yeah.
let's
Okay.
do
Right on. Okay. Like, fill me in. A client comes in, and then what happens? Is there a consultation, and then you're like, "Or let me tell you what's wrong with your face." Like,
yeah, in a nice way.
in a nice way. Okay.
For sure. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I don't have a lot of confusing services on my menu
Yeah.
because they don't know. They're not the professional.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
the one that knows, so I know what their skin needs.
Yeah.
So I have them come in, and then, yeah, we do a skin analysis and see what they require at the time.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm not charging extras for, hey, we need to also focus on your neck and your décolleté, because
Yeah.
ladies, this is where we
Wait,
age
you're
first.
what? You're what?
Décolleté.
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 Are you supposed to do that when you say it?
Yes, you are.
Your décolleté.
See, you're learning.
Yeah, I've got it down. Do I have a décolleté?
You do have a décolleté.
Okay. All right.
But I am a master esthetician, which
Okay.
they like to tier us in the state of Washington, which is actually great for me.
Yeah.
Which means my experience is more clinical. So I have worked with plastic surgeons and
Oh, okay.
dermatologists.
Yeah.
So my facials actually do something. It's not just fluffy. I'm not just here to pamper. I will pamper you,
Yeah.
but I will also maybe throw some acid on your face and, see results. I know it sounds like a torture chamber. Every time my clients come in and
I'm
want-
gonna throw some acid on
Right?
your face.
Yeah.
Have you always done stuff on your own? Like just as your own business, your own setup? Because as a master esthetician, did you start at a company and then move on to something else? Or
Yes, I started with some of my actual competitors to this day.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I was working with them for quite some time before I decided to go out on my own.
Yeah.
So, and I've been on my own now as a master esthetician for almost 10 years.
10 years.
Mm-hmm.
When did you decide to go out on your own then, to do your own thing?
Yeah, so it was in 2009, and the reason why I decided to go out on my own is because I wanted to have a more personable experience with my clients,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to put a price tag on every single little extra
Yeah.
that I wanted to add in, because
Yeah.
I would see clients for different things, and not everyone has the same skin issue.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be able to tailor their treatment. And so that was part of it. Plus, I also wanted to be recognized for what I was doing and
Yeah.
honestly just work less hours and live my dream,
Yeah.
my passion.
Master esthetician, you're doing this, well, it sounds, well, I mean, you're getting the clients. Like, how did you get into then hypnotherapy or spiritual hypnotherapy after that?
So yeah, my clients that were coming in with rare chronic skin conditions. We normally see acne, but then I was seeing more like rosacea, psoriasis, those
Okay.
sorts of things.
Yeah.
And so I knew that I had this hypothesis, if you will, that I felt they were rooted in emotional baggage and emotional trauma.
Oh, okay,
So
yeah.
So, I mean, I already have an intimate relationship with my clients. You know, they hug me. It's very personable. I learn about all their dark secrets before all their friends do, including their spouse that they're going to divorce and all of that, right?
Sure.
So I already have that relationship established. And so I took it further and I thought, well, if I could help them deeper, right, on a subconscious level, if I can help them to release this emotional baggage, their skin will clear up.
Yeah.
So originally...
Wait, so a theory, though?
Yeah, this is my theory.
It's like the body knows, but the mind hasn't quite gotten it down
Caught
yet,
up
sort of
yet?
thing? Okay,
Mhm,
okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. What's fascinating to me is that you started with skincare hypnotherapy, so it's spiritual hypnotherapy related to skincare, and then took it the rest of the way.
Yeah, and I actually had to rebrand because
Yeah.
when I first started my business, it was Sakura Skin Shop.
Yeah.
And then I rebranded when I brought in hypnotherapy and I made it Sakura Skin Mind.
So wait, so the whole thing is hypnotherapy and still the master esthetician. It's not two different
No,
setup.
one place.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wait,
One
okay.
pit stop.
One. We're gonna fix all sorts of things.
Exactly.
Holy cow, that's amazing. So do you do it like you deal with people that have like larger sort of medical conditions, but then you have other people that will come in that's just in general they're dealing with like mild things or they just want to look better.
Yeah, they want to
and
look
then-
better and youthful.
Would the hypnotherapy be a part of that as well?
Well, hypnotherapy, if they look fine, it's really not for that.
Yeah.
It's deeper
Something
deeper
else.
issue, something else. And maybe it's I don't know what I want to be when I grow up.
Yeah.
Or I even have a lot of clients that come in that have worked for an IT company for 30 plus years.
Yeah.
And yeah, they don't know what they want to do. They actually are done with working for that company and they want to branch out on their
Yeah.
own.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of a twofer for me because I'm I'm self-employed and I'm an
Yeah.
entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So I have that background to feed with them and give to them
Yeah.
about going out on your own and
Yeah.
how gratifying it is. But then also on a deeper level, I can hypnotize them and like connect with their inner child, like their passions, right?
Yeah. Drink
Yes.
some more. That's really creepy.
Drink to that.
Yeah, I'm like, how come I'm the only one taking it down? All right, there you go.
There you
Cheers. When you went out on your own, were there moments where you're like, no, this is a bad idea? Or you would make mistakes and be like, like, that's really funny, but I'm going to keep doing this?
No, absolutely. There were some failures in the beginning.
Yeah.
One is I try to go on the cheap side of things, like purchase the cheapest equipment,
Oh, yeah,
which
yeah.
wouldn't last,
Yeah.
and then I'd have to go through and buy whole new equipment again. And so I learned that way. Also, even with just my web presence and graphic designers,
Yeah.
and going the cheap route there too. I mean,
Yeah.
I had like a cheesy teriyaki looking logo, and I'm not a Sakura, yes, but I'm not a teriyaki restaurant. So, I mean, of course.
People show up, they're like, I want
Yeah,
noodles.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you use cheap equipment, like what happens? Do people come out horribly disfigured? Or?
No, my products were still, high quality, of course.
Okay.
I wasn't skimping on my products. But the table
So, like,
actually,
here's some ivory soap.
my table actually fell apart when a client was on it. Like,
Wait, do they lay down on the table?
Yeah,
Oh no,
she
did it
was
go all
kind
the
of-
way down?
She was kind of larger and the bed couldn't withstand the weight.
Yeah.
And when I came back into, she had to change and then get
Yeah.
on the table.
Yeah.
When I came in, she was completely tilted to the
Oh,
side.
so part of the table's even broken. It's not even completely down.
No.
She's just.
It's, yeah.
What did
Very
she say? Do you
embarrassing.
remember? It's just embarrassing.
Well, she kind of played it off like she didn't know what happened.
Yeah.
And,
I broke the table.
she didn't say that.
No, I would have said that.
But it's also my fault for buying such a cheap table, so.
You got 3 card tables put together. I started my own business.
Yeah.
You did this for a while. Now, how did this then get into like talk show, talk show host stuff?
With radio.
Yeah.
So my radio show, Love from the Hip, actually came about because I.
Wait, love from the hip meaning hypnotherapy?
You got it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm so smart. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I had to make it catchy.
Yeah. I don't know why I just picked up on that.
No problem.
Yeah.
So I ended up actually I was very ill last year,
Yeah.
and to a point where I almost died. I have a rare autoimmune disorder.
Okay.
That really, it left me debilitated. I couldn't walk. I had trouble eating and sleeping and all the daily things that you take for granted, right? So during that time, I couldn't run my business either. So there was fear of losing my business and all of that going on, right? Aside from being in pain, it was just physical pain. I ended up doing weekly hypnotherapy sessions with a colleague of mine over the phone.
With somebody else?
Absolutely. So I ended up pitching my show to a radio station and already had the name, Love from the Hip. I already had a logo. You know, I already had my domain with GoDaddy, so I was good. And so the show is a lot about that too. It's inspirational. It's to help people really just dive forward into their dreams. And when you're on, you know, when you're pursuing your dreams, you're on your soul's path. To me, it actually was a blessing. I mean, being sick was a blessing because it changed me. You know.
Now you have, now you have a
now
show.
A radio show.
Like further, more
and I'm
being able to help other people.
Exactly. I'm using it to pay it forward. I'm using it to help other people who maybe are struggling or suffering, you know, just as I was.
Now, you talk to a lot of people and they have ideas, they want to take the leap, they want to branch off and do other things. You have a lot of experience, not just your own, but outside of that. What do you tell people that are, like, they want to do that, they can feel it kind of in their soul, but they're too scared to take the leap or to do something on their own? Like, what type of advice do you give them? What do you say to them?
Yeah, I mean, and that happens a lot. And it's usually most often people that are older than me. And so I just tell them, are you going to continue to live someone else's dream? Because that's really what you're doing. You're fulfilling someone else's dream.
And they're older than you.
Exactly.
So you're not like, boy, that's really sad. You're like 62 and you're,
no.
You're done. It's past now.
No, because there's different thoughts, you know, and different times, different generations as far as how they were brought up and what they learned, right? So no judgment. But yeah, I mean, just, are you going to continue to fulfill someone else's purpose? I mean, fulfill your own purpose. And having been sick, I can say, you know, this is it. Is this how you want to spend it? You know? So your passion is worth way more than a paycheck. Way more.
That's really, really fantastic.
Thank you.
Because this is fantastic. Thank you so much for being on the show. Like, this is beautiful. Maybe I'm just wrapping up the show so I can just ask you more about past life regression and things like that.
My favorite.
I know. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity.
Like, here's to our passion and getting hypnotized.
Follow your passion.
Follow your passion. That's wonderful. Thanks,
Thank
Sakura.
you.
Hey everybody, this episode is brought to you by GoDaddy, who, if you didn't know, is on a mission to empower everyday entrepreneurs all over the world. They've got all the tools and services to make you successful, and even better, there are thousands of GoDaddy guides all over the world, some near you, that will talk to you, that will have a back and forth with you to figure out what you can do to be better. So if you have taken the leap and you think you can inspire other people with your story, we'd love to hear from you. And hey, hope to see you on the show.